through the summer, we brought you the story of these ships, the NGO rescue ships, the Aquarius, the Mission Lifeline, the Open Arms and Sea-Watch. These vessels which found themselves at the centre of a European political storm as the tide turned against NGO rescue ships in the Mediterranean. And the fault lines of Europe were really exposed by this. You remember the right-wing Italian Interior Minister, Matteo Salvini, unilaterally declaring that Italy's ports were closed to all rescue ships. That left the Aquarius stranded at sea for roughly a week with 630 people on board after Malta also refused those migrants. And it left the European Union really scratching around for solutions. How were they going to solve this issue? Well, the backbone of Matteo Salvini's approach that he was really pushing was to increase reliance on the newly formed Libyan Coast Guard. And in a headline-grabbing visit to Tripoli, which Matteo Salvini tweeted all the way through, he pledged more support. He pledged ships and political support to the authorities in Tripoli, effectively handing them total control of the new search and rescue zone, the Libyan search and rescue zone. Well, new research now has analysed the impact of that shift in European policy away from NGO rescue ships. There was a period actually from late June through July when it was effectively impossible for many to operate due to this difficult climate. Well, this new research looks at the impact of the shift in policy and this reliance on the Libyan Coast Guard. Let's just bring you up some of their key findings. And I think the first is this one. Let's just show you here. These are the figures using UN figures to reach this conclusion, showing you that in April, 20 people reported dead or missing in the Mediterranean. 11 in May. But look at this, in June, that number rose to 451. This at a time when that shift in policy happened. You can see here the research is clearly attributing this spike in drownings. And they say this was at a time when departures were comparatively low. So what happened here was departures were low, but the risk shot right up. Then what about the Libyan Coast Guard and the reliance on the Libyans? Well, this research seems to question Europe's seeming total reliance now on the Libyan Coast Guard. Look at this map here. This shows you a number of shipwrecks that took place during that period when there was effectively a clampdown on NGO rescue ships. Look at these. These are deadly shipwrecks, all occurring within 50 nautical miles of the Libyan coast. Now, the researchers claim that the Libyans are overstretched, under-resourced and unable to deal with this situation purely on their own. They also question this European approach of externalising the problem so that Libya effectively is the one dealing with it. They say this has led to a real increase in emphasis on the Libyans, but also the migrants trapped here. Europe isn't thinking through the consequences of leaving these people there, saying that Europe is mostly focused on stopping people crossing regardless of the human cost. Now, there's a full article breaking this down. The research was given to us here at Euronews ahead of anyone else, so you've got a full breakdown here on Euronews.com. But no doubt, Tessa, as you were saying, migration is going to be a very big and difficult theme for Jean-Claude Juncker to address in his State of the Union tomorrow.